Hi guys, I am Shan with your inspirational and motivational moments. If you like this channel, go ahead and give it a thumbs up, comment down below, and subscribe. And also hit that bell to get notifications every time that I post a video on this channel. So guys, in this video, I am going to be giving you my testimony on how my life was being 13 and pregnant and in the 8th grade in high school. Because back then, 7th grade was the last grade in elementary school. Then you went straight to high school in the 8th grade. We had no middle schools. So that was very intimidating for me. I was very nervous, scared, embarrassed because I'm in the 8th grade. I'm pregnant in the 8th grade. I didn't know how people was going to receive me. I didn't want people to judge me just because they see my belly before they really get to know who I am as a person. So that was very intimidating for me to go to school and, you know, have to explain why I'm pregnant at 13, or have to explain how I got pregnant at 13, because believe it or not, I had a lot of those questions. How did you get pregnant at such an early age? So that was very intimidating for me. And during my 8th grade year, I was very shy. I was very quiet. I was just closed. I was not willing to allow anybody to get to know who I am. I didn't want to meet new friends. I didn't care about meeting anybody new. I just wanted to get through that school year, pray to God that I passed, and just go to the 9th grade. I wanted that school year to be over as soon as it started, because, I was just very embarrassed that I am 13 years old in the 8th grade and I'm pregnant, and like I said in my other video, beating the odds, you have those bold people that would come up to me and just look at me and say, how old are you? You pregnant? Like, when your baby due? Your baby day to go to this school? Like it was crazy. I had people to walk past me, look at my stomach, look at me. Some of them would shake their heads. Some of them would laugh and, I guess would tell their friends, and, just, it was real crazy. It was real rough. And during that pregnancy, I was very, very depressed. I was very sad. I was just hurt in that pregnancy. I was lonely in that pregnancy because my kid's dad, he had to leave. He moved to Memphis. So the person that I was able to talk to and, just kind of be Shan, I had that no more. He left, so I'm just feeling alone, like I don't have anybody. So it was a very just lonely, depressed pregnancy. I would have to go to school and deal with people looking at me and, talking behind my back and stuff, and having to go home and deal with all that crazy stuff. My mom and her husband, they still arguing, which I feel like it was more intense because now I am pregnant, and I feel like a lot of the arguments was about me being pregnant, so I'm just having to deal with that. It was never peaceful. I just never had peace anywhere I went, just going out into the world and having to deal with people looking at me like like I'm a disgrace. That was very difficult. And the last place you think that you would have peace at, it would be your home, but that wasn't the case for me, so like I said, I was very, very depressed. I was in a very dark place. And I would never forget this one day. I had just gotten out of school, went home, and my mom's husband was there. And I was in the kitchen and I was eating. And he came in. He already, for whatever reason, I don't know if it was because of me or what, but he had already had an attitude. And he said, I heard you looking forward to having this baby. And so I'm looking around like this, and I'm like, I don't know who you heard that from, because I don't remember ever telling anybody that. So I don't know who he could have heard that from, but honestly, I think that was just him fishing for something. I felt like he wanted to pick on me or get on me at that moment. And so I'm looking around and I'm like, I don't remember saying that. And he was just, he got so angry and he just started degrading me, calling me all kinds of names. He called me a hoe, a bitch, a slut. I mean, all kinds of names. He said all kind of foul things to me. And he went on and on like that for about 10 minutes. And I sat there at that table with tears in my eyes, but I held them back. I was really good at, just holding back my tears. I held everything in, I just held everything in. So, once he finished, calling me all kinds of names and saying all kind of nasty things to me, I went in my room and I just was like screaming, like on the inside. I was just screaming. I was boiling and I was just walking back and forth. And I just kind of just laid on my bed and I just started like scratching myself, because I was just hurting so bad, so I'm scratching myself because I'm trying to draw blood, and I'm just like, oh my God, I'm so tired. I really wanted to hurt him. I was like just thinking of ways I could hurt him because I was so tired of him. I was tired of him always, being nasty to me and talking nasty to me and saying all kind of crazy things to me and degrading me and calling me out of my name like I was an animal. I was tired of it. So I wanted to hurt him and I wanted to hurt myself. I wanted to run away. And I just remember I said, I'm just so tired. I'm tired of just making people hate me. I felt like I was the cause of people hating me. People just did not like me, and I got so sick and tired of just making people be disappointed in me. I remember when my mom first found out that I was pregnant and just to see the look in her face, like she was just really disappointed, that stuck with me for a long time. So I was just, I was like, wow, I've always wanted my mom to be proud of me. I've always wanted to make her proud of me. And now I'm her little girl and I'm sitting here and I'm pregnant. Although I thought that it was their fault because I was pregnant, I still did not want her to be disappointed in me. So, that just looking at her face and seeing that, and I'm just going through all this stuff. I'm dealing with this stuff at school. I have to come home and I have to deal with my mama's husband, just being so nasty to me. And my dad, he left, so I can't call and talk to him. And I don't have anybody. My kid dad, he's gone. So I don't have nobody. I have nobody. And at that point, I felt like I wanted to pop. I felt like I wanted to just hurt somebody. I wanted to fight somebody. I wanted to cuss somebody out. And I couldn't do that. So, I was so angry with myself. I was angry with my life. I was angry with God. I was angry with my parents. I was angry with my stepdad. I was just angry. I was even angry at my baby daddy for leaving when I know he had no say so in it because we are children. But I was just angry at everybody. And I was just so tired of people acting like I was a burden. I was so tired of just not just I was just so tired of people, my mom and her husband just being so nasty to me, and just acting like I am just like they really could care less if I'm in this house or if I'm out this house. So I was just hurting so bad. And I just remember just asking God to just take my life. I hate it on this earth. I hate myself. I don't want to be here no more. I don't want to bring my son, my child, because I didn't know if he was a boy at that time. But I don't want to bring this baby into this situation. I hate this world, and I just prayed to God, and I just asked God to take me. I said, take me and my baby. I want you to kill us right now, because I grew up in the church, and you hear all the time about this God is a good God, and he would never leave nor forsake you, and he's always with you, and he loves you, and he wants you to live this good life. I would always hear that as a kid, but I'm like, well, what about me? What happened to me? Did he forget about me? Do he not see what I'm going through? I've been going through so much since I was 5 years old, and now I am 13. I'm pregnant. I'm getting ready to have a baby, and I hate my life. I hate myself. I hate this house. And I just wanted him to take me. I'm like, God can't be all that good if I'm going through so much and he act like he don't see me. So at that time I really stopped believing in God. I really did not believe in God at all, and I just asked God to take my life. I did not want to be on this earth anymore. I felt like I felt like my mom and my dad would be better off without me, and they wouldn't have to worry about having a grandson at such an early, at an early age. They were still young themselves, so I felt like it would be better if God would just take us, but I remember just crying and crying and crying, and I'm angry. I'm screaming inside. I'm boiling inside. And as much as I wanted to die that day, it seemed like something literally picked me up, and put me on my feet and just kind of like gave me strength to keep going, and it was so, I couldn't explain it then because I didn't know what that was. But I mean, now, of course, I know that was God, and it was just like, you got to keep going. Don't ever feel like you want to kill yourself because you are in a tough situation. You are in a season in your life where it seems like everything is going wrong. Nothing is right around you. Don't ever get to that point where you want to commit suicide. So something picked me up, gave me the strength to keep going. And, I just held that in. That day have always stuck with me. It always stuck with me. And I wanted to tell my mom, but I knew if I told her, she wasn't really going to do anything. I knew she wasn't going to say anything to him. So I just held it in. I told no one about that. But that was pretty much how my pregnancy was. It was pretty much like that. The whole pregnancy, it was just a hard pregnancy. I mean, it was just, I was just so down and so depressed. But I did have these two friends in the 8th grade that was so genuine and so sweet to me, and they stood by my side, and they would always talk to me. And, then I felt like I was able to be Shan again. I felt like I was able to get a little stuff off my chest, nothing really major, like certain things, of course, I wouldn't tell them because we're kids, but, just certain stuff I would talk about, and they were always, girl, everything is going to be all right. Girl, you a good girl. I mean, you pregnant, but that don't mean nothing. You ain't the only 13-year-old walking around pregnant, and you ain't going to be the last, so the conversations that we had was it was like very needed. I needed that conversation. I needed that ear. I needed someone to understand what I'm going through. And I got that with my two friends, so that was very relieving. And then I also had my science teacher. She was very wonderful. I feel like God put them in my life, because he knew that I needed them at that time, because it was a struggle every day to keep going. I just wanted to give up because I was just so depressed, so I wanted to give up. But my science teacher, she was such a good person. It was almost like the auntie that I never had. She would always talk to me. Once she found out that I was pregnant, she was always so nice and sweet and genuine to me. And she would always make sure that I knew that everything was going to be okay. And I wasn't a bad person because I'm pregnant at 13. You know, she was always making sure I was on my work. She made sure I passed every class. You know, and she actually told me that. She said, I'm not going to give up on you. I don't know what your life is like at home. She said, but when you come in this school building, I'm going to make sure that you are doing everything that you need to do. You are turning in all your assignments and you pass. You're going to get up out the 8th grade and you're going to be a teenage mom and everything is going to be okay. You know, so she would always talk to me. She became like my mentor. You know, she would just always talk to me and just let me know that everything was going to be okay. And she would talk to me about God and just, you know, let me know that God knows everything that you're going through. You know, I know you're very shy. You don't really talk a lot, but God sees everything that you're going through. Everything is going to be okay. You know, so I really appreciated those 3 people, you know, back then because I don't know. I mean, I needed that, you know, I needed those people to talk to and, you know, to keep me going. But I also had this group that I was a part of at the hospital. They had this group of teenagers come together and just, you know, get to know one another and talk about your life, you know, if you wanted to. But I was really reserved. Like I said, I was really shy and quiet. So I didn't do a lot of talking, but that was a relief for me as well. Because I was able to just sit in there and not feel judged, you know, just listen to everybody because like I said, I didn't really talk. I would talk every now and then, but not really. I was mainly listening to everybody, but I was able to exhale and just relax because I know ain't nobody in here finna call me out my name because I'm pregnant. I know ain't nobody in here finna make me feel like I'm nothing because I'm pregnant. So that was a good thing my mom used to take me to. And I really appreciated those meetings. But, you know, it was just a hard time, but I made it through. And I really do appreciate my mom. Although I know she was hurt. You know, I know a lot of girls that was getting pregnant in their teenage years. And their mom would kick them out, you know, or they would go get an abortion. My mom, she don't believe in abortion. So she told me, you made this baby and you're going to take care of this baby. I'm not going to take care of this baby for you. You are going to take care of your baby. And I appreciate that to this day, you know. But she took me to all of my doctor visits. You know, she made sure my baby had Pampers and clothes, and you know, she paid for daycare and everything. And I know a lot of girls' parents wasn't doing that, you know. So I do appreciate my mom for doing that, you know, although I know it was hard for her because you know, she had to work harder because now she have another child in the house because I wasn't able to work. I was just 13 years old, you know, so I do appreciate her for that. But that is all I got. That's all for today's video. And I just pray that this video helps someone and, you know, just to the teenage parents out there, just keep going. Everything is going to be okay. You know, I know it may seem like no one understands you, no one gets you, but God sees everything. You know, God has a purpose for you. And I didn't understand that back then. That's why I stopped believing. But I understand that now. Everything that I went through as a child was preparing me for now. You know, so I am grateful for the things that I went through, you know, so everything is going to be okay. And to the parents, just stick by your child. No matter how upset you are, angry, you know, you're hurt, embarrassed, just stick by your kids because it's hard enough for them. And if you kick them out, they're children. Where can they go? You know what I'm saying? So just stick by your child and love on your babies. And that's all I got, guys. I love you guys. God loves you. Take care. Stay safe. And I will see you on the next video. Bye.